Hey, this is Carrie from Wrap Your Head Around Silks. This is the Expecting Aerialist podcast, now with the Deconditioned Network. Thanks so much for joining me and tuning in. If you haven't yet, please check out the Artist Entrepreneur podcast. I co-host it with Noah Dock and Amanda Ritchie. Join us as we navigate our artistic businesses. And just announced, I'll be at NECA, the New England Center for Circus Arts, January the 2nd through the 4th. So it's a silks immersion, 11 hours of silks on their 30-foot plus ceilings. If you want to start the year off with some serious training, let's get your mittens and your coat and let's go to Vermont and train. All right. If you guys are interested, my comprehensive online course for beginner to intermediate silks, anywhere you are in the world, check that out. And then Aerial Rehab is an online course. If you are coming back from pregnancy, injury, or surgery, it is meant to be the bridge between PT and your favorite aerial class. I'm teaching all over the place this fall, and check it out, and let's get started. Wait, Monica, which city you live in right now?
Burbank.
You're in Burbank, so you're in LA still.
Yes.
I didn't know because you were on the East Coast a lot, and I didn't know if you just ended up out there.
No, I was traveling all the time. All the time. And then I kind of stopped traveling right when you moved.
Oh, well, hey.
I know.
Oh, my God.
I know.
So, okay, wait. So this is what happened. So Monica would pop in to some of my classes for a while when I was in LA. And then she was traveling for her job. She's got this great job. And then I reached out. I was like, hey, let's go to NECA. And she's like, I can't because I'm pregnant.
Yeah, I will have a tiny, tiny baby at my house.
Okay, so how deep are you into this situation?
Oh, gosh. I think this is 23 weeks. So
okay, so you're right in the middle of it.
We're right in the middle. We're over halfway. December 21st is the due date. It's starting to feel quite close.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
getting there.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Also, I can edit this out if I need to.
Yes.
Is this the same partner that you were with a long time ago?
Well, the one I told, because we have similar stories that I got divorced like mid-30s.
Yeah.
And this is the wonderful, loving partner who I've been with now for, I mean, I don't even know, years.
Like 6, 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Great.
It's great. We got married last fall.
Okay.
And then mostly because I said, I want to have kids. And he was like, cool. That's great. We can do that. But I want to be married if we have kids. And I was like, okay, all right. I can do that.
You know, sometimes those men are a little more even more traditional than we are, you know?
Yeah, they can be. I appreciated it though. I like when he declares what he wants. So it was good. Felt good about it.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. I love this. And then the pregnancy was a planned pregnancy then?
Yes, totally. Okay. Planned, desired.
You know what I should do? How do I make my background like yours so that people can't see my closet?
Oh, yeah. I didn't want you to see the pile of sewing supplies behind me.
Oh.
Look at that. You're so profesh.
Okay, so because I've been recording this in my closet. So we bought a house in San Antonio, and we moved into it. And of course, we're still renovating it. It's a hot freaking mess, and I don't have it set up. So when we were first moving and I had nothing set up, I was like, let me just do it in the closet for today. Right. And then I heard the recording and it was like,
this great.
I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm in the closet.
I know, it's a classic podcaster trick for a reason.
It is. So I'm going to but from now on, I'm going to take the claws out, you guys, with my new blurred filter. So, okay. So, Monica, if you would introduce yourself to the audience. I know we kind of went backwards. If you want to introduce yourself to the audience, a little bit about yourself, where you live, what you do, and your aerial practice.
Yeah. I'm Monica Miklas, and I live in beautiful Burbank, California, which I do truly love. And let's see, what do I do for work? It's an interesting question these days because I'm in the process of starting my own business, doing what I used to do for the company that sent me all over the world.
Yes.
But kind of in short, I'm a director and a writer for live entertainment, specifically immersive entertainment. So,
Like, talk about
like what
a
that
recent
is.
thing that you've done. Yeah.
Okay, this is really cute, and this is family related. In the spring, I got hired to direct really cute immersive show for kids at a store called Camp. It's like a fancy toy store, but in the back, they have a secret door. And in the back, they have this huge space that they reskin for different experiences. So they did.
Oh, did they have a blue experience
They sure
at
did.
some point? Okay, no, I know this. I get the ads.
Yes. I'm sure you do.
I'm in their demographic.
You are target demo, my friend. Yes. And I'm about to be. Yeah. So I got to direct a fairy tale immersive show for kids where we like took them through all these different little stories and they got to meet Cinderella. It was very sweet and cute. So I've been doing more kid stuff lately, which is pretty fun. But I also do kind of weirdo art that's more experimental, but also where the audience and the performers are kind of in the same world as one another. That's a hallmark of my work. Yeah.
Are you always getting hired to do some type of Halloween experience?
Yeah, I am about to go do a Halloween experience in September for kids, for families.
Which one is it?
It's Legoland.
San Diego.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Okay, so now you work for yourself and they're working and is this one?
I get hired as a freelancer. So this one at Legoland I've been hired by my old company, which is awesome. And they're just bringing me in for 10 days to direct a certain part of the contract that they have with Legoland.
Okay, so there's no bad blood.
No, not at all. Not at all. I just, it was hard because, as you said, like they were based on the East Coast. And, I knew we wanted to start a family soon. I was pretty burned out from all the travel. Like in December, I had to go to Abu Dhabi
But living in a hotel, though, for many months.
Yes, which is an experience. I'm grateful for the experiences I had, but I was ready to not be traveling so much and be spending more time at home. So, yeah, I'm trying to pivot into doing more freelance directing as well as doing client-based projects, but on a smaller scale.
You know what? I have the coolest friends with the coolest jobs. That's all I want to say. I just bring it straight back to me all the time. I'm like, oh, I have cool friends. That's a cool fucking job to have and to have carved it out for yourself.
It's fun. I really love it. It's a dream job.
Oh my God. Okay, so how has your pregnancy been? It's your first.
It's my first. My very first.
Yeah, how old are you? Just for the audience.
I'm 38.
Okay,
and the whole like divorced mid-30s thing really kind of
throws a
wrench in pregnancy plans. But ultimately in a good way because I'm in such a happy, stable, loving relationship, and this is so right. The timing is so right.
Sure.
But anyway, later than I expected to be pregnant, I guess. Honestly, it's been pretty good. No big complications. I felt sick at the beginning.
Okay.
Kind of normal world of sick, not throwing up all the time, just feeling yucky. I had a lot of headaches, which is I'm prone to. So I wasn't shocked that the hormone changes brought on a ton of headaches. I was directing that show at camp when I was about 8 weeks pregnant. And that was really a doozy. That was a doozy.
What did you take did you take anything for the headaches, or are you one person who doesn't want to put Tylenol on your body as a pregnant person?
I
or something like that?
did take some Tylenol, and I have been using it here and there, and I felt okay about that after talking with my team,
Yeah, I was like, give me something that helps.
Right. I have to get through the day.
Give me all the things. Yeah.
I'm stressed out and in pain all day. That can't be good for the baby. So, yeah.
Right.
The harder thing is that I get migraines, and my migraines were becoming more frequent, and that you really have limited options when you're pregnant.
Really?
Yeah. And finally, I ended up seeing a neurologist, and she was great. Like, she sees a lot of pregnant patients, and she was able to give us kind of some more updated research
Right, because the internet's kind of old sometimes.
Totally. And even in specific doctor's offices, doctors can be slow to change recommendations. So it was great. Like I have a certified nurse midwife who's my primary care provider, which is awesome.
Nice.
So cool. She's awesome. And we all kind of worked together. I talked to my midwife, I talked to the neurologist, they talked to each other. And together we all kind of decided, if this is happening every couple weeks, I can take my normal migraine medication. But if it's happening more than that, then we probably shouldn't be using that medication that much. But
is that like caffeine based?
No, this was a prescription. Imitrex is the drug. And so usually people are, I appreciate that my midwife is pretty conservative about what she recommends.
Right.
And so usually Imitrex is on the no-go list because there's not a ton of research. Well,
and that's the thing. It's just the lack of research half the time. It's not really that there's something going on.
Exactly.
It's just that they have to be able to test it on pregnant women, and pregnant women aren't raising their hands for that.
Yeah, it's not ethical to do those kinds of studies.
Right? Tests. Yes. Yeah,
that's exactly it. So it's just under-researched. But the neurologist said, no, there actually is new research that this is kind of in the same risk category as Tylenol to her understanding.
Right.
And so we decided, okay, if it's not all the time, let's just do that. So I've taken it a couple times. It's been a godsend to feel like I have an option when I get a migraine.
So you were also prone to migraines before pregnancy?
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Since my early 20s.
So what helps? Because is it like you have to be in a dark room? Like what helps? Because let's not go on some fucking wood right now.
All the things.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was always like a mystery to me how people deal with migraines.
Yeah.
Because when people tell me about it, it seems to me like it's completely like your day is done.
That's often how it feels. With medication, I can at least make it so that my day isn't done. My day can be gentle and I can still keep working and do stuff. Without medication, I'm done. So
you're done.
At the beginning of the pregnancy, if I got a migraine, I was just sitting on the couch and everybody's a little bit different. For me, bright light and screens are no bueno. They make me feel sick to my stomach. Yeah. So I can't work when I get one that's untreated. And I usually just kind of lie on the couch. I listen to podcasts very quietly. I put an ice pack on my head. Okay. Yeah. And caffeine really helps. So
caffeine and pregnancy, you kind of have to balance it, right?
Exactly.
Because I know quite a bit of pregnant women where they were like, no, I'm drinking coffee. I'm drinking tea.
Yeah.
Screw this. Yeah. So, it changed.
I think it's changed so much.
I think it has changed. Yeah.
Yeah. I was surprised by that too. Like a lot of the research is that, or kind of current guidelines are you can have 2 cups of coffee. It's like, what? That seems, I thought it was, you had to teetotal. And I use it more as a migraine or headache treatment than I drink decaf all the time.
Oh, for like staying awake, like just to pick me up.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have had a little bit of caffeine here and there, which helps.
So it was a recent movie, like a year ago. I think it was, the guy from the vampire movie back like in our millennial
Robert Pattinson.
What is his name? Robert Pattinson. So he was in this movie where he like elected to be the person that they tried all the things on, and they would just reprint his body.
We started watching it. We had to turn it off.
Me too. No, the movie, I don't think it's his fault.
No.
The movie wasn't good, right?
My husband did eventually go back and finish it, and I was upset by it.
Was it like Mickey 17 or Mickey 37 or something like that? But what you said to me, what you just said about like people not electing to be in studies.
Yes.
So basically in this movie, he elected to just be the person that they would just like 3D reprint every time he would die from a study going bad. And that's what just made me think about it. But that movie was terrible.
No, we turned it off. We so rarely turn a movie off. And couldn't make it.
Like you can't even get through it.
it just made me viscerally upset somehow. Maybe the body horror stuff. I don't know. I was just like icked out by the whole thing. And I think Nick eventually finished watching it on a plane. And I thought, good, that's great. Keep it contained to your seat.
That's a good way to do it. Also, you have to be a pretty bad movie to keep me away from Rob Pattinson.
I know, I love him.
Like he was my like heartthrob back, you know, what was the movie called? Oh my God. Twilight. Yeah. When Twilight came out, I was like, oh my God. And by the way, I tell the story at every studio I'm at because I have a Rob Pattinson story.
Amazing.
Fuck if I've ever told this story before. So he was basically partnered with, like, dating one of my clients.
No. Amazing.
So I was like FKA Twigs. FK?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. My brain. Her flexibility coach for this gig.
Oh, funny.
And like I would work with her privately at their house, and he would just be chilling. And I was like, I'm dying. And like I'd be like, am I acting crazy? Am I acting normal? Am I drooling right now? Be cool. Am I drooling right now? Is there drool coming out of my mouth? But I just don't know it. Can he hear my thoughts?
No, luckily in Twilight, it was Kristen Stewart who could hear people. No, he could hear people's thoughts in the movie.
No, he could hear people's thoughts, but not in real life.
Luckily.
No, it totally was him. That's why he was in love with her, because she was a mystery to him.
She seems like a mystery. I just saw she's like releasing an album soon, and she had this photo shoot, and this
like singing.
No, this is relevant to us as and this podcast. It's a photograph of her on a pole, like pole dancing, with a pregnant belly. And I went, huh? Is she pregnant?
She's not pregnant.
It's a prosthetic. But her belly is bare. So it looks like a real belly.
But what's she trying to say?
She's trying to say she's birthing this album.
Oh, so
on the pole, which I love pole, but I'm confused. I'm confused by all these things.
Oh my God, that's really confusing. And also, not to mean that she can't be pregnant, but she is in a female-female relationship.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. She's out as a lesbian.
Wow.
So
even better. Better.
I don't know. I'm so confused by all that. Okay,
it was so strange.
I hope my listeners are here for my tangents. Okay, so Monica, after I left LA, or way before that, because you were traveling.
I was traveling.
What happened to your aerial practice during all that time?
Girl.
Are you just on break right now? What's going on?
Things got weird. But I'll take you back. Like before I got that job where I was traveling all the time, I was teaching 4 days a week, 3 to 4 days a week.
Where were you teaching?
I was teaching at Airform Arts.
Okay. In Hollywood. Yep.
I was teaching at Darden Performing Arts Collective, which is a studio that does kids classes. So I was teaching kids over there. Sure. So I guess I had 2 days at Airform and usually 1 or 2 days a week with Deepak. So I was teaching all the time and had really kind of moved into this phase where I wasn't performing all that much, but I was teaching a ton and mostly teaching beginners, which is really my sweet spot as an instructor. I love teaching beginners because I think I've really figured out cues that work for people and work in a slightly different way than they can sometimes get people to spots where they've gotten stuck or get them through places where they've gotten stuck.
Yeah, that's a great feeling. It feels like you're like really accomplishing something. That's how I feel
totally. And I feel like I have a really good sense of body positioning and I'm good at diagnosing with people what's going wrong. And that works great with beginners. It works great with kids. So I was doing that, and then I got this job and had to kind of give it all up almost overnight.
Oh, because you had to go out of town.
I had to be on call, basically, to go out of town all the time, sometimes with only a few days' notice. So I couldn't be looking for subs all the time. I was also subbing a lot at the Vertitude out in Canoga Park.
Oh, they have just decided to take over their aerial program. Did you see that on Instagram?
Wait, what are they doing?
I just saw a post. I'm like 99.9% sure I'm right about this, that they've decided to close their aerial program because of the space.
No.
They're just doing pole, I think.
No.
And fun fact, the Vertitude on that side of town, what side of town is that called?
It's like way up in the valley.
It's like Woodland Hills.
Yeah. Canoga Park.
Past that. Canoga Park. So my ex-husband's ex-girlfriend was the owner of that studio. Fun fact.
Oh, hilarious. Hilarious.
Interesting. Some men really just like to find the dancer / aerialist / pole people and just wreck their lives. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all of them do, but this one did. Both.
Both. Oh, how terrible.
Yeah, I mean, he was with her for 7 years and she was before me, and I was like, he convinced me she was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
And then, of course, it turns out that was not true.
She's super nice. Yeah, she's really sweet.
I've never really spent any time with her, but everybody else tells me, one of my best, we haven't talked in a long time, but Natasha Wang, really close friend of mine, is really close to her. Yeah. She's like, yeah, you guys are both awesome. Yeah.
No, and that's a great community, too. They're really lovely up there. I really love subbing there.
I was like, oh, so the common denominator was the bro.
Oh, gee. Yeah, that checks out with my life experience. Yeah. That sounds reasonable. Yeah, no, Fortitude, lovely place. Anyway.
Okay, so you're teaching and then you couldn't teach anymore because your schedule.
Overnight, had to kind of give it all up, but it was sort of this dream job and, a huge opportunity. I really needed a full-time job. Again, mid-30s divorce. And then it's interesting. I've been dealing with so many changes in my body being pregnant, but I dealt with so many changes in my body over the last few years because I wasn't training like I used to. And so it was almost like having a preview of what this experience would be like to feel my strength.
Like deconditioned?
Yeah, my strength changing, not being conditioned. So when I'd come into your class in the last few years, it was always, I loved being there, but I was always really scared of getting injured. And that's actually why I gravitated to your class more than...
You had shoulder stuff, right? Am I crazy?
Was it shoulder?
What did you have that was we were really being mindful of? Something. I can't remember what it was.
I had a low back thing for a while. And I'm consistently pulling my groin on my right side. That's always a thing. No, my shoulders are okay. I think...
I don't remember. I know it was something that we were trying to be really mindful of and so that you didn't get hurt.
And I became really afraid of getting hurt every time I trained. And so I wouldn't go to certain classes because the conditioning was too rigorous at the beginning.
Right.
And I wasn't in condition, but I had the muscle memory. And it became this really hard time to figure out when I'm in town, where do I go to train? Because I had kind of... At Aeriform, I was a teacher. And then at the Loft, I was a student. But I no longer felt quite like I fit in the intermediate advanced, which is kind of where muscle memory and sort of technique-wise, probably would have been the right fit when I started my job. But I was in more of a beginner intermediate space in terms of conditioning. And that's been hard. That's been hard to manage identity-wise and hard to manage body-wise.
Yeah. So that you kind of got basically a sneak peek into what it might feel like to be pregnant.
Totally.
Because you do, thriving in your aerial practice is usually not what's happening in pregnancy.
Right.
We're subtracting, we're being patient, we're doing all those things.
Yeah, exactly. So it feels it's less of a shock now to be feeling quite different in the air because I had those years of, things have changed a lot. I've gained some weight in that time too.
So would you say the deconditioned phase of this, what was a year and a half?
More like two and a half.
Oh, yeah.
It's a long time. Because I never got into, and still really am not back into a rhythm where I'm either teaching regularly or training super regularly. I'm working out I'm taking care of my body. But yeah, it's been definitely a different phase of my aerial life. I still think of myself as an aerialist, but I'm not training nearly as much as I used to.
Yeah. No, that's really hard. And there are phases of our lives where that's going to be the case,
Totally.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. Sometimes I compare it to like when they say once a dancer, always a dancer, you know, they say that it's an interesting thing because it's true for aerial, but it's not in the same way because it's like, yes, you could take a lot of time off of dancing and still be able to pull it off quite well.
Yeah.
With aerial, that strength element comes and goes so fast. But also I feel like dance, it's not always the truth either. Do you know that I was in a bar class the other day that almost killed me, by the way?
Really?
That bitch almost killed me. You know, they're like, you know, you're doing like, I keep on talking about this because I'm like tickled by it. Like I'm in like a releve and they have you like squat in the releve and then pulse.
Oh, what?
So it's not like a real, it's not ballet, right? They're just trying to kill it. They're literally trying to kill you. And not to say that I won't go back, because I will go back and I just modify. Like I put my heels down and I'm now just doing a bunch of plays, right?
Sure.
But I was like, she did like, you know, tendu forward and back. And like, you know, I'm at the YMCA with a bunch of like stay-at-home moms. I've never taken ballet. So I'm like trying to do it mindfully. And I was shocked and what's the word? Horrified at my leg not being able to go past a certain point, like past 45 degrees, because I've been driving so much. I need to roll out my legs. My legs are so fucking tight. And I haven't taken a ballet class in a while. And I can do straddles all day long, but for some reason I can't do a forward battement in alignment. Past 45 degrees, my leg is shaking. And I was like, oh, no, fuck this.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy how things change. Like all these different life phases change our bodies so much. Yeah. In my moment like that was in July. I was subbing a class and, you know, told the class, hey, I'm modifying because I'm pregnant. I'm not going to invert. I know some people invert deeper into pregnancy than that, but I was, you know, because of my training schedule, it's like, listen, I'm not going to climb. I'm not going to invert. I'm going to show you stuff from the ground. And so here is going to demo if we need to. I can talk you through certain things if you want to go higher, blah, blah, blah. And I was showing them how to prep a crossback straddle from footlocks. And I got winded just standing and balancing myself on my feet with the X on my back and explaining to them what they would do next that I wasn't going to do. And I thought to myself, whoa, what is happening? I know I'm not in aerial shape, but I am in condition. I go to the gym 3 times a week. But it's your... Yeah. I then looked it up and I guess it is really common at that point in pregnancy to get winded more quickly because your blood flow is changing, your kind of organs are starting to shift around. So it makes sense. But I was really taken aback and went, whoa, this is different.
Because in your mind, it was always just in your back pocket, that one.
Totally. And it felt physically to my body, it felt fine. And I had needed almost no muscle to get into it, which is why I was teaching it. So I was like, oh, I can teach this with my eyes closed. It's super safe and it's going to be safe for me. So yeah, it was weird.
Do you know Christine Peace?
No.
She lives in LA. When she was pregnant, I don't know how old her kid is now, maybe like older than 1. When she was pregnant, she said that is the thing that just like surprised her the most. She was winded constantly in her first trimester. And she was just like, you guys, like and we're like, yeah, you don't have to do all this right now. Like we're at the training space. Yeah. We're like, you don't have to. It's okay.
It's okay.
But you want to because you're like, I do this.
Yes,
I can do this.
I can do this. I should do this. I'm tough.
Yeah.
All the things.
Yeah. You know what was really painful for me was Lyra during pregnancy.
Really?
Yeah. Because Lyra and I are on again, off again besties. Yeah. And the only way I am besties with that Lyra is if I stay on it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I can take time off of silks. Well, the point is I never take time off of silks, which is probably the point, right? But if I'm not on Lyra every single week, which is now I'm happy that I have, like at the loft was like, you teach silks classes, you must teach silks classes. They pay you, they want you teaching silks because that's where, you know, because that's where the money was. And then here in San Antonio, I am also considered the specialist in Lyra because like, as compared to Amanda Ritchie, I'm not like A+, but as compared to the people here, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So like I have just as many Lyra classes here as silks. And so now it's evening and out just because I'm like, okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. I was on it this morning for a private. So it's like, but because of that, like just even a little less familiar, I was like, this bar is so painful. How are you doing with like the hard apparatus, or have you even tried?
Honestly, I haven't even tried. I am going to the studio today to I mostly just want to feel footlocks on my feet. That's my goal.
Yeah.
I'm not, if I just kind of do Pilates on the floor and put some footlocks on, I'll feel like it was a successful day. But I do think I'm going to rig a Lyra and I want to sit in it and see how it feels and kind of just almost as like, just play of understanding like, where is my balance right now? Like, how does my body move when I've got this different center of gravity and my muscles work differently? I don't know. I'm just curious, even if it's just for a few minutes. But I'm like you. I was silks first, always. My vocabulary is so much deeper in silks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then I started teaching Lyra. I kind of got like thrown into the deep end teaching kids Lyra and was like, well, I guess I got to get better at this. But it is the same. I lose the muscle or like kind of the nerve memory of the pain so quick.
Yeah, or just like the extensibility of it, you know, like that flow, like, but when I'm in it and it's great.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's really fun to do, but she hurt.
She hurts. And then I'm like, Amanda, like, did you know that me and Amanda we have a podcast together with our friend Noah Doc?
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's called The Artist Entrepreneur. We talk about getting through our businesses.
Oh my gosh, I need to listen. I'm also an artist entrepreneur.
Yeah. Oh, I should interview you for that.
I'll be on the Carrie Lee Podcast Network.
I know. It is a different structure because most of the time it's just the three of us talking shit. And it's like, it's different. I'm sure you listen to a lot of podcasts. Like when there's a guest every single week, it's not the same as if there's two or three co-hosts and you just talk. So I am like in very good contact with her now because of our business venture. And she still makes me mad. You know what I'm saying? Like the way she choreographs, she makes it a point not to cite any sources. She does not go on Instagram. She doesn't look at people's shit. She doesn't copy anybody. She's in a room alone with music and her Lyra, and she will not bend from that because she feels like she's a purist in that way.
Right.
Which I think that's very rare.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm like, oh, if I could take a seed from somebody, I'm going to take it. Thank you. Like, yeah, absolutely. And people take it from me. Oh, you know, like if there's something that inspires you.
And I always say it's from you. I always say, I learned this from Carrie.
Well, you know, it's just like now the world is, but she's just like, I am making this stuff up in my own brain and playing and exploring. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, who are you?
Which is amazing. I've found that
I know.
Never in my aerial career have I had kind of the time where I felt like the uninterrupted time in the studio or on an apparatus to play in that way and explore in that way. I don't know.
I mean, I think
that would be the barrier
for me. I think that the difference is that you've always maintained a real job.
Right.
I think that's the real difference. Which is better for your pocketbook. I mean, I know freelance is no laughing matter regardless of what the job is, but definitely yours is more like it's a more stable income than like just being a professional teacher.
Yes, it was. It was for a time. It no longer is.
And then now you're
now I'm basically back where I was before. Yeah, where we all are. Which which is okay. It's like, I chose this. And it's what I want going into parenting.
Motherhood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to make your own schedule
Right.
because you were at their not beck and call, but you were at the mercy.
Pretty much. Yeah.
At the
That
mercy
Abu Dhabi
with your
trip,
schedule.
I think I had maybe 10 days notice that I was going to the Middle East. And then they didn't book my flight until 3 or 4 days before I left. I was so anxious. It was wild. And then I was there for
like you didn't know if you had the job or they just wouldn't plan it for you. Like it wasn't planned like in advance.
Part of it was they didn't know if they had the contract. The contract wasn't signed. And so they were waiting and waiting and waiting. And then it was like things were set and that they still didn't book the ticket. It was Thanksgiving. So I left the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, that's stressful.
So
and you're
stressful.
Like trying to enjoy your holiday and then you're like, I don't know what my life is in 2 days.
I don't have flight info for a 24-hour trip. I don't know. I guess I knew I was going that day, but not somehow not having the plane ticket really stressed me out. Like,
I think so too. People like to have those type of trips booked months in advance.
And in that line of work, you don't have months often because things change so quickly on the client side. So you do have to be flexible, but I was just burnt out. I had been on site so much. I spent so much time in Missouri in the woods on site.
Yeah.
Last year I spent 6 weeks in North Dakota, which actually was awesome. Low key, North Dakota is great.
And is your partner like traveling with you?
Sometimes he would, if I was ever anywhere for more than 2 weeks, usually he would come visit. He came to North Dakota for over a week. That was awesome. It was like early summer.
Yeah, so beautiful.
It was great.
Yeah. Okay, so this leads to the question actually. How did you guys, like the pregnancy, like getting pregnant? Were you out of town already during all this time or no?
I was back. So I left my job in December. We got married in September. And then I was reaching this burnout point and we decided kind of end of the year, Christmas, I'd be done at the job and left on good terms.
Left on good terms so that you could like do the deal.
Exactly.
On a monthly basis.
Exactly. So we waited a couple more months and then I'd had a Nexplanon arm implant for birth control.
Oh, for birth control. So you got that
out. And I can't recommend those. I'm not a doctor. But for me, like it was like dream birth control. I've tried everything. And
why did you like it so much?
I liked that it had almost no side effects for me. And the ones that it did, it's like your periods just get kind of lighter. That was basically it. But my periods were regular. It's like not enough hormones to kind of whack your whole system out.
And you didn't have to remember anything. It was just in there.
I'm super forgetful, so I never had to remember anything. I had an IUD before. I found it really uncomfortable. I thought it was great. It's like this undersung form of...
Wait, what is this called again?
It's called Nexplanon.
Nexplanon. Yeah.
And it's this little kind of, it's almost like the size of a matchstick. And it goes in your arm, like the underside of your arm.
Yeah, I've heard of it because one of my friends would live and die by it too.
So I'm a big fan. So I got that out and they said, it usually takes 3 months for people to get pregnant, for your cycle to kind of rebalance. And then, it could take up to 6 months. If you're not pregnant can't remember if they told me 6 months or a year because of my age come in. I think I want to say it was a year. But it did not take 3 months. I'll say that.
How long did it take?
2.
2 months. And were you guys like with the bow and arrow at the target, or were you just like?
Yes, we were very.
Okay.
Because one of the things I think this is really in large part due to Ariel. I know my body super well, and have always been pretty attuned to its rhythms and whatnot. So I was paying attention to myself, and so actually got the timing really right. I think I was able to kind of take all my different cues and figure out.
So the ovulation window you were able to get right.
Exactly. And then
were you peeing on sticks too?
No, I didn't do that. I was going to give it a few months to kind of see what happened. And then it happened so quick. We didn't need to get into that. I was shocked. I always thought it was going to take me a really long time to get pregnant for some reason.
Well, I mean, you know, like doing all these interviews, it really is all over the freaking place with people. Now, did you have that big 20-week
the scan thing?
Scan?
Yes.
Okay. Were you nervous? How'd it go?
It was great. I wasn't feeling that nervous by that point because this is another thing I didn't know about pregnancy these days, all the kind of different checkpoints there are.
Yes.
I had no idea. So, you know, our first blood test, there's like a 10-week blood test or something. Everything seemed fine at that. Then they did the nuchal translucency scan where they look that's at 13 or something.
And there's some things that are in there because you're over 35
as
well, right?
Probably. Right. So they've been hyper vigilant about looking for genetic abnormalities. And so kind of the next checkpoint came, everything looks great. Everything looks typical. So by the time we got to the 20-week scan, I had some nerves, but I was also starting to feel like, okay, you know, everything keeps pointing in the right direction. And also, I think for us, I felt like I was starting to know him by that point.
Oh, you know did you decide to know the sex of the baby? You saw the little friend.
We did. We saw his little balls. Yeah. There's like this one ultrasound shot from under his butt. And I was like, well, that's a little much, guys. Like, that's extreme.
So my ultrasound story is that it wasn't at 20 weeks. It was way less. So during the 20-week one, they found out that my placenta was low-lying.
Oh.
So what that triggered was no sex anymore, which my partner was like, oh, come again?
So what?
But then also it was like, okay, now you're going to get scans all the time.
Oh,
now you're going to get ultrasounds constantly, which I was like, you know what? That's better for my anxiety levels anyway.
Fair enough.
Like just to be always looking at the baby. So one of these ultrasounds, little Bean was like profile to the camera, to the, you know, and you could see her little tongue go. Like just playing with her tongue. And that's when I was like, my baby.
Oh my God. Yes. That's amazing.
And she's such a kicker, you know, and you think all babies kick. Is your baby a kicker?
Yeah. He loves it. He loves it.
My kid is still a kicker. She's a kicker. She kicks my face. She's a kicker. But now if this happens to you in a month or so, you have to send me videos because I would be laying down on my back. I was still able to do that sometimes. And I would look down and it was like that Alien movie.
Oh,
where it was just like, it was like a rumble house.
Oh,
like furiously. Yes. And I was like, I took a video. You know, the problem is that the moment it happens, you don't have the camera on. Of course. And then by the time you get the camera going, like it's calmed down, like they're done. But I was like, looks like it looked like Alien.
Yeah. I fully expect that to happen, and I will try to get a video for you because I know it's coming. Because also my placenta is on the back, so it's, you know, he's got less stuff in the way between him and my skin, so it's just right. He's right there. He's right there.
Oh my God. Okay, so you're going into Halloween work. Mm-hmm. What does this mean for like what are you imagining for being pregnant through this time?
Such a good question. Yeah. I am planning ahead so hard because it's a 10-day gig. I don't know a lot about the rehearsal facilities. So I don't know if we'll be inside or outside. So
I mean, luckily San Diego has the best weather in the world.
And September, it should be great. There will be some nighttime work. So I'm going to need all my resources. So my plan is my mom just got me this little cooler for my birthday from Costco. It's like a little, like semi-soft side, nice little cooler. And I'm just going to like pack it full of
snacks.
Everything. Snacks, sugar-free Gatorades, which are my secret to directing success.
Okay.
I don't know. It may be placebo. Yes. I don't care because now it's my thing. Whenever I'm on site, I get my sugar-free Gatorade.
How big is this cooler that you're going to be?
This cooler's like
it's not the smallest.
No, not like a lunchbox one. It's like a foot square or like 18 inches, maybe. Yeah. So it could fit like multiple Gatorades and all my snacks.
And snacks ice. On top. Yeah. Okay. And ice. Okay. And you're going to be on your feet.
Yes. So I also have, from a show I did a number of years ago, we have these little bitty camping stools. They have 3 legs.
Oh,
and a little seat and a little strap. And I'm going to take one of those and just carry it with me on my shoulder so that I can pop a squat wherever I need to.
Anytime you want.
Get off my feet. Okay. And I'm kind of thinking about taking I'm definitely going to take good supportive sneakers. Just director secret, not a secret. But I'm also thinking about maybe taking my hiking boots for even more support.
Because they're more supportive.
For my ankles and stuff. So I might do that. Yeah. These are my plans. Yeah. Mike, also maybe when I'm
pregnant director. It's a whole thing.
Know, it's a whole thing. I feel like I'm going to feel pretty badass and pretty tired. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's the whole, like you're going to have to elevate at night, I think, right? Yeah. Is that what's going to happen?
I'm already at a point where, so I have really low blood pressure. I'm always a little low. And then second trimester, it has dipped. So it's not, not at a spot where anyone's concerned, but it is definitely in a place where I feel it. I notice.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so interested. So for so many of the women on this podcast, I like to do a check-in after the baby's born. So I'm so curious for that because, December, you got to get through this whole entire fall season.
I know. There's a lot left. And I like the blood pressure thing, like it might even out as I hit third trimester. That's kind of what my midwife is thinking. But she's like, in the meantime, like just if you feel effects from it, just take care of yourself. Like elevate your feet, wear compression socks, drink lots of water. Oh, it's compression socks. I also have compression socks.
Socks. Yeah. Smart.
That's going to be part of my plan. So yeah, I'm just going to be kind of hyper vigilant about time on my feet.
And then you're going to take some time because you can schedule your work. So after due date, you take your time.
Exactly. My plan is to take several months, just radio silence. Don't talk to me unless you want to see my cute baby.
I don't want to talk about
no work talk. You can come. You can talk to me about this kid. And then, kind of go gig by gig after that. I'm really curious. I'm curious to see how that unfolds. I know some other moms who work in live entertainment, particularly one who's a choreographer on Broadway and was in North Dakota with me last year. And it was really so inspiring to see her family when we were making that show. We did a workshop in New York before we went to North Dakota. And her kids came to the workshop. They're little guys.
Aww.
Her husband came. It just, my heart like exploded. It made me so happy to see this little theater family. And she said, yeah, my husband and I both have to travel for work. And sometimes we're gone for a couple of weeks and our kids know that's what we got to do. And we always come back. And, it's just part of their life and their rhythm. So I'm intrigued to see if there are times when kind of the whole family can travel with me to gigs. Because I know some travel will always be part of my career. Or if there's times when, I bring little man along and he's just strapped to me and I direct and he sleeps, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I spent there's also a pandemic because my kid was only 6 months when the pandemic started. Gosh. So the first couple of years of the pandemic, I didn't have travel. Right. And it was, just attached at the hip, her and I. This summer was the first time I left for a week for work, and she stayed with her papa. Her grandmother came. Oh my gosh. And it was rough. Really? It was rough.
Oh no, Bean.
It was rough because she was like, where's my mommy? Yeah. So everything that would have been already, let's just say I was in town, but Papa did drop off or something. We couldn't figure it out if it was just that she had to do the thing, or if I was not in town and then she had to do the thing.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why are you having such a hard time at summer school? This is a school you've been to all year. She's like, because you're not here. Oh. I was like, but I wouldn't be at school anyway. Right. And she's like, it doesn't matter. Oh. She was like the school that she was at the whole year, she did summer school at. And apparently there was one day where she was just sitting in the playground, bawling, sitting there.
Oh, poor little thing.
I know, but then I was like, partially I was like, maybe it was just her safe space to cry too. And it wasn't that the playground was the worst thing. It was that, okay, I feel like I can cry here. I'm going to cry. Yeah. Because mommy's not home. Right. So it kind of broke my heart. But at the same time, I was like, Lil Bean, you're almost 6 years old. Like, you're not 3 years old. You're not 1.5. Right. Like, we need to be able to do this because I need to make money. Yeah. And then I couldn't focus on it too much because my ass decided to open up and just water came out of it for the last 3 days in Mexico.
Oh no.
Because I already have problems and
you've got tummy
ended up
stuff.
drinking. Yeah, I ended up drinking some lagoon water.
Not the lagoon.
Which is fresh and salt water. So I couldn't focus on her emotional problems because my ass was dripping. And I was trying to teach. My students were like, "Are you okay?"
I am not.
I don't think
I'm
so.
not. Frankly, no.
Oh my God. I was like, oh shit. Literally. Anyways, Monica, I appreciate your time. This is so fun. I love talking to my friends on this
It's so great. It's so good to catch up. It's so nice to also have it's nice to think about the aerial part of my life and just how things relate to it, because it doesn't get as much love as I'd like to give it these days.
Yeah, and you'll, when it makes sense to come back to it, you'll come back to it, and it's just hard because there's always an identity shift, even as a dancer too. Like when you start to focus on other things and you get deconditioned in any sort of way, you're like, but wait, I worked so hard for you,
right? That
facility, and then life takes over. Anyways,
seasons of life.
Seasons. Yeah. Okay, so what I would love to do is do a check-in in 2026.
Let's do it.
Oh, so
Mr. Man can be a guest star.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good to see you, Carrie. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Right. Enjoy the rest of it. We'll talk soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye. My listeners, if you would honor me with a 5-star rating and review, I would appreciate it forever. It is the hardest thing about being a podcaster is to get your podcast out to the people who want to listen. So the best way to do that is to have a good star rating and just ride that algorithm. So I really appreciate if you guys would just open the Apple app and leave me a review. It makes such a difference. I appreciate you. I also have Greener Grass with Deconditioned podcasts with my friend Kelly McVeigh. If you want to hear my voice twice a week, it's there for you. It's light, it's heartfelt, and we bring on some really amazing guests. All right, my friends, over and out. This is Carrie from Wrap Your Head Around Silks. This is the Expecting Aerialist.